Hey there, today I'm going to talk about the new Ghost Rider, Frank Castle, who is certainly here to punish someone. My name is Nate, and welcome to the Gamers Guild. A bit of a what-if story come to life. The Cosmic Ghost Rider is certainly a figure to be feared both in the comics and here in a few months on the tabletop as well. This version of Frank continues a bit of a concerning trend of self-contained round one aggression, but this does come, with him at least, the cost of objective play, which is going to be difficult to keep in mind while evaluating him from just reading the paper. But let's get into the cards so you can see what I am talking about. Cosmic Ghost Rider has the aforementioned alter ego of Frank Castle. He has 9 stamina, moves medium on a 65mm base, which means he's going to be respectably fast, is size 3 for 6 threat. His defenses are 4s across the board for a pretty sturdy frame. His first attack is an energy Hellfire Blasters. They have a range of 4, strength of 6 with no cost. Interestingly, this attack will only ever gain 1 power. That is at least guaranteed. There's no builder or anything like that. His only other attack is, well, a doozy. It is a Mystic Power Cosmic Penance Stare. It has a range of 2, a printed strength of 12 for a whopping 6 power. Like normal Ghost Rider's Penance Stare, the target will not gain power for any of the damage dealt. And on the 44% chance that Frank rolls a crit, wild, hit, block, and failure result, you get to change all of your opponent's block results into failures. So, yeah, that's a thing. Now, these 2 attacks alone are both good, but it's the 6 superpowers that make Cosmic Ghost Rider scary. Interstellar Hell Cycle is the first active power that lets him pay 1 to 5 power, and then he may place himself within X of his current location, where X is the amount of power paid. This can only be used once per turn, but depending on how much you want to spin, this ranges from a bump into position to the longest move possible, if you're willing to pow the poor into it. Regardless, because of the flexibility of this power, it's really nice. His other active power is Chains of Sidorak. It costs 2 and does a lot of main things. Ghost Rider gets to choose a character. Let me just repeat. A character, not enemy, not allied, just a character that is within range 3 and push it toward Ghost Rider short. Then the chosen character gains the Incinerate condition. A character can only be affected by this superpower once per turn. So this is a controlled tool like the web snares of the Web Warriors fame with an Incinerate, and then additionally you also can pull allies around with it. This power is going to open up Rider's play potential a lot, because he is going to have a lot of options on any given turn with what to do with this ability. Not to mention some of the synergies that this can establish. Striker's Hydra having an easy way to pass off the Incinerate, pulling characters that are immune to the condition up front quickly, not to mention Asgard and Winter Guard, who can just get rid of the condition via their leadership before it becomes too harmful. There's lots to do with this. His next power in the arsenal is a reactive one, Cosmic Justice on wheels, aka Got Your Back, costs 3 power, and then when an allied character is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, Cosmic Ghost Rider gets to use this power and make a Hellfire Blasters attack against the enemy character that caused the effect. So that seems good too. But where is Ghost Rider getting all of the power to do all of this since he only has a gainer? May I introduce to you a really long-named superpower. I'm the Spirit of Vengeance, bearer of the power Cosmic, and just a bit unstable. Kind of reminds me of listing Liam Neeson's different roles over the years, or Emilia Clarke's list of titles from Game of Thrones. Anyways, during the power phase, Cosmic Ghost Rider rolls 5 dice. Then for each crit, wild, and hit in the roll, he gains 1 power. Then if he has 5 or more power, he gains a Psychosis token and drops all objective tokens he is holding. At the start of the next power phase, remove all Psychosis tokens from this character. But these Psychosis tokens aren't all bad. Ready to Roll says that Cosmic Ghost Rider will gain a Psychosis token at the start of the game, and while he has the Psychosis token, he gets to count failure results as a success for attack, defense, and dodge rolls. However, he also cannot hold, contest, or interact with objective tokens either. The final power is a list of keywords like flight, as well as immunity to bleed, hex, incinerate, and poison. There is one change on his injured side. CGR stamina will drop down to 7. So let's just dive right into the pros and cons. As far as pros, Cosmic Ghost Rider has almost every kind of ability you would want out of a character. Action-free movement? Check. Guaranteed displacement on enemy models? Check. And it comes with an incinerate. A solid gainer? Check. Dice consistency? Check. Extra power gain? Erratic, but check. He is lacking an additional damage output source on his turns, like a throw, but makes up for it with Cosmic Justice. Frank here literally has it all, but at the very steep cost of having a 6th threat unable to interact with objectives the majority of the game. Now, at this point, we haven't seen the tactic cards coming with Frank, so maybe there is an additional way to get rid of the Psychosis tokens that will open up his objective play, but as it stands, most of the time he's going to be a 6th threat Nebula, who basically scores you points by stopping your opponent from scoring points. Does the bad here of losing out on 6th threat for objectives outweigh his large amount of pros? This is when I really can't be sure until I've gotten a lot of reps with him on the table. And even then, that may only just be a playstyle preference kind of thing. So I highly encourage you to test out this guy a bit before you pass judgment on him one way or another. Before I hit on affiliations, I do want to hit on a couple of other cons that are worth being aware of. And maybe it's just really one con that can be looked at from multiple angles. Ghost Rider will have some games where he doesn't get power. A good way to play against an opponent's Ghost Rider, or Cosmic Ghost Rider, who runs low on power is going to be to just deny him power for that round. Whether that means not attacking into him, or giving him a condition like stun, which he really hates, by the way. Heck, even judgment if you have access to it. If all a 6th threat character is doing during its activation is attacking twice with a 6 die gainer that has no additional effects, I mean, it could hurt, but I'm probably okay with that happening in round 3 compared to him zipping around the board, attacking, and pulling around my team. On the flip side of this, Ghost Rider can also have some insane turns, even from round 1 if he gets enough power. He's going to, on average, gain an extra 2 or 3 power during round 1, so on average he will end up having 3 or 4 power because of the normal power phase power. This means he can place himself within range 2 and then proceed to fire, snare an enemy character on the midline and double tap an incinerated target to pull an ally up or pull another enemy off of a point. Or if you were on the low average of 2, you can still place within range 2, attack, get the power you need for a fire snare, pull an incinerate an enemy, and then make another 6 die energy attack into the inflamed target. If you spike on power, you can just place yourself on the other side of the midline objective and start shooting from there. So, almost like Moon Knight, Ghost Rider's opening play will probably be determined by the dice roll. As far as affiliations go, so far we have heard through some live streams in the back of the box that Frank will be affiliated with the Guardians of the Galaxy as well as the Defenders, and maybe even have a tactic card that is related to the Black Order, which makes a strange kind of sense, what with Frank raising Thanos in this alternate universe. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy is the squad I can see him being really effective, as they can easily go a bit wider to help with the lack of an objective scoring model, and because winging it is going to really help straighten out Cosmic Ghost Rider's dice even more. I think if we get a new Defenders leader, his addition there could be cool, but Strange and Hulk is already a tough list to justify for 11 threat. I'm not sure replacing Hulk with Space Cowboy here is going to help them at the moment. But that is all I have on Cosmic Ghost Rider today. Here at the end of the video, I want to give my sponsors a shout out. If you are shopping for your mini stuff online, consider using them to support an LGS that hosts game nights and a place to play for their local community. If you're in the UK, you can shop at Tritex by using the code TritexGGCP5 at checkout for an extra 5% off. And if you use that on a pre-order item like anything Shatterpoint related or some of the new Wakanda stuff coming out, it'll save you 25% off of MRSP. If you're in the US, you can head to GameChefs.org and use the code GamersGuild, no spaces, to save an extra 15% off of their already discounted prices, which comes out to a really good bargain on your end. However, I will continue to say, if you're shopping from your own LGS, just keep supporting them. We all understand and appreciate you supporting brick and mortar. Also, though, real quick, do want to say thank you to the members of the Guild Hall who are supporting the channel and podcast with your contributions. That additional support has allowed us to grow into Shatterpoint and the podcast and other things, so thank you guys so much. And for all of you still watching, thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.